guys, this is a video response, or is it a video response? Not too sure what to call it. I've been tagged by Steve Benway. Whoops, thank you very much, Mr. B. It was a question, let me read this, started by Retro Rewinder, and he's asking 3 questions. There's only one actually gaming related and the other 2 are not gaming related. The first question is, what game in your collection would you like to have boxed and complete? Now, I had to think about this one. I have a lot of games that I hold fondly, you know, games that I loved back in the day, over different platforms. But I must admit, I was struggling to actually think of one that I would really want, you know, in a box, instructions, whatever. I mean, I've said before, I'm not one of these people that, you know, bothers about whether it's boxed and complete, whatever. You know, I buy games to play them. I never read instructions anyway. So if the instructions are missing, or in the case of cartridges, I mean, most of my, in fact I would say all of my SNES cartridges, they're all loose. It doesn't bother me about being in boxes. So with that in mind, it was quite a tough question to actually think of an answer for. But however, I have come up with one. There's a game which it's got a lot of fond memories for me. It was the game which pretty much kind of kick-started my love for video games. Back in the day when I played it, you know, it was happy times. I was a kid back at home, mum and dad's both still here. It was a really happy time in my life. Now this game I played for hours and hours and hours and hours. I mean, I've got a diary which I kept back in 1983, 84 I think it was, 1984. And it was basically, I only kept the diary, I only kept it, kind of updating it over the summer holidays. And I kid you not, there wasn't a day that went past in the summer holidays of whenever the hell it was, 1984 or something, where I didn't play this game. I mean, I was playing this game all the time. That game is International Soccer by Commodore. It was written by a guy called Andrew Spencer, who, funnily enough, actually just added to Twitter earlier on today. So that's a bit bizarre. Yeah, I loved this game. Absolutely loved it. It was before its time, you know, it was such an advanced game for its time. I remember reading, it was a review in Computer and Video Games, and I rushed up to John Menzies in the local shopping centre and I bought this. Now it was £9.99, which was quite expensive for a game back then, but the difference was it was on cartridge. Now I have in the past looked for this game on eBay. I've not looked very hard. I've had a quick kind of search every now and again, and I couldn't really see any kind of boxed. There was one on for sale down at Retro. What do you call it? What the hell would you call it? The bloody gaming event thing that we were at in Blackpool, whatever the hell it was called. Can't remember. Replay, I think it was. I saw one there, but it was just a basic cartridge. Now, if I did buy this game, I probably wouldn't play it. I mean, I've got an SD thing with all the games in it from a Commodore 64. I probably wouldn't play it. So I wouldn't be interested in having this game unless it was in the box, and it would purely be just to have, you know what I mean, it'd be nice just to have that. I did have a look on eBay before I came online to make this video, and there's a couple for sale. It was re-released later on. In fact, I think it actually got released on tape. Now, I wouldn't be interested in the tape. Like I said, I wouldn't buy it to play it, if that makes any sense. I would have, if I was going to buy it, it would have to be the authentic one, the one that I bought back in the day. Now, it was re-released with a different box. The boxes of the ones on eBay, they've got like a screenshot on the box. The box was kind of long and narrow. It was about, I don't know, so long by quite narrow sort of box. The ones on eBay have a photograph of the actual game, a screenshot, and also it's got some little bloody picture of some fucking footballer, English footballer, don't know who the hell it is. But that's not the one I had. The one I had was same shaped box, but it had a painting or a drawing of 2 footballers. So that is the one that I would want to buy. So because of this video, I'm going to go onto eBay later on and see if I can hunt that down. It's a game, it's probably the only game that I would actually like just to have the box, because it's got so much sentimental value. In similar ways to the teddy bear that I was showing off earlier on in a previous VR. So yeah, International Soccer by Commodore on the Commodore 64. Second question. Where are we? What is your favourite potato chip flavour? Now, as Steve Benway mentioned, potato chip in Scotland or the UK, it's a crisp. We call it a crisp. I would, let me think. Now, a few people have actually commented on Steve's video talking about different flavoured crisps. Now, the crisps I remember as a kid don't really exist. I think there's only really Walkers, who were never a big brand in Scotland back in the day. I mean, you had KP, you had Golden Wonder, you had Tudor. Tudor were the best crisps ever, absolutely fantastic. I can still remember the advert for Tudor crisps. Why aye, for Tudor I'd climb a mountain. Now that is my worst or my best Geordie accent. Yeah, Tudor crisps were brilliant, but sadly they no longer exist. We now seem stuck with bloody Walkers, which I'm not overly keen on. You still do get Golden Wonder, but they're just not the same, whether it's because they're in the foil packaging, I don't know. Things have changed a lot since I was a kid. Back in the day, there were two flavours I would probably say. I know you want my most favourite. There was two flavours which I loved back in the day. It was KP beef. None of the beef and onion, it was beef. They were absolutely brilliant, always had loads of flavour on them. And Golden Wonder cheese and onion, awesome, absolutely delicious crisps. Now these don't exist, KP don't exist that as far as I'm aware, do they? I don't know. If they do exist, I've not seen them for a long time. Golden Wonder do still exist, probably find their own with bloody Walkers. They do have the cheese and onion crisps, which are probably my favourite, but they're not as good as the original 1970s, 1980s recipe that they used to have. So yeah, Golden Wonder cheese and onion would be my favourite chip. I think that's what you called them. And the last question, why does it keep disappearing? What is your best vacation you've had, and where would you like to go? Well, that's an interesting, that's a double barrel one. I'm lucky enough, I've been in quite a few holidays. I've been abroad, been to America, been to Spain, been to France. You know, I've been all over. Been to bloody Spain a lot of times, Mallorca, Dominican Republic. I've had a lot of fantastic holidays with my family, my wife and my wee girl. Really good holidays. But you know what? Again, maybe at the age I'm at, I'm going to say it's going to be picked for probably sentimental reasons. But my favourite holiday was back in the 70s, the early 70s. There was mum, there was dad, there was my two big sisters, and there was me. Now I would only be what, 5, 6, 7 years old. Now every year, there was no such thing as going abroad back in the 70s. You simply didn't have the money to do that. Mum and dad my dad built a trailer. He actually built a trailer for the car. He used to pack up, he bought this bloody big tent. It had like one big bedroom thing in it. Stick the tent in the back of this trailer, put the sleeping bags in, and we would all head off down the A1, past Scotch Corner, and we'd go down towards London. It was actually a place called Roydon, which is in Essex, near Harlow. Now I'm not too sure about, you know, I've never been there for many years, but every year we used to go down to Roydon, down to the campsite. Just happy memories. Even you know what, it's even daft things like we used to leave at stupid o'clock in the morning. I don't know, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Now when you were 5, 6 years old, you know, you were in your bed for, I don't know, 8, 9 o'clock at night. So getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning was a really exciting thing. That was part of the whole holiday, was the getting up early, My mum would pack make up sandwiches, cups of tea, coffee, whatever, in flasks, and we would leave, you know, at daft o'clock, and my dad would drive down and would stop. I mean, I don't know, we'd stop maybe every couple of hours. Scotch Corner was the favourite. We always stopped in Scotch Corner. But yeah, it was a fantastic holiday. It was based. Oh, pardon me, I've just had a big bowl of pasta. It was a simple holiday. It was probably pretty cheap. I mean, obviously the fuel back then, you probably got a gallon of fuel for about 2 and 6. So yeah, it was a cheap holiday. We'd usually go into London for a couple of days, or maybe one day. We'd go into Harlow, but it was just it's got so many happy memories for me. Me and my 2 sisters, my mum and dad, we would do daft things like play badminton, play with football, throw a tennis ball about. I mean, it was simple holidays. We would go swimming. Invariably we would buy a rubber dinghy, and in Roydon they had the campsite, they had a kind of river, and it was, you could actually go in and swim. Just even thinking about it right now, I'm right back there, 1974. The sun always seemed to shine. Just real happy memories with the family. So yeah, I would say that was probably my favourite holidays. Like I said, I've had loads of cracking holidays since then with my own family. But as far as just, you know, a special time for me, I would say back in the day it would be family holidays, camping holidays down to Roydon in Essex. And where would I like to go? I mean, funnily enough, I was actually talking to my wife about this the other day there. When you get to a certain age, you start becoming more aware of having less time, shall we say. And I don't know what it was, there was a couple of things that came in mind, but you've probably heard this term, a bucket list. Basically a list of things that you want to do before you kick the bucket. Now, there's 2 places, or it's not so much places, but I suppose it is 2 places I would like to go. Before I kick the bucket, I want to drive along from west to east of America along Route 66 in an open top Chevy or a Mustang, something like that. I want to hire a big cheesy car, big open top car, and drive along the Route 66. I know a lot of it is no longer drivable, but that's what I want to do. The whole kind of 50s and 60s America with the big hot dog signs and, you know, the drive-throughs and all this kind of stuff, that just fascinates me. I'm absolutely fascinated with it. So that, I would love to do that. Before I kick the bucket, I want to hire a car and drive Route 66. You know, whether it's with a pal, my wife, I don't know, she doesn't seem too interested in going. So that's not so much one place, that's something I want to do. But as far as a holiday, I was talking to my wife and my daughter about it. I want to go to Japan. I've probably been a retro gamer, been a video gamer, like a lot of people. You know, Japan seems to be the place. Hong Kong, Japan, Tokyo, these places. It seems to be the hub of all things technology, gaming, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know, and again, this sounds really cheesy, but one of my favourite film franchises is, what do you call it, The Karate Kid. Loved them, absolutely loved the films, especially the first one. And the whole, you know, Japanese, just way of life. Even, I mean, like guys, a lot of guys my age, one of my heroes was and is Bruce Lee. He was such an icon back in the 70s. And even now he was an amazing person. It was very tragic that he died as young as he did. But Bruce Lee, I love Bruce Lee, absolutely admire him. I've never done martial arts at all, but absolutely admired him for what he achieved. You know, he got out of poverty, became a big name in America. But yeah, the whole, what's the word for it? The atmosphere, the mystique, the ambience, the mystery, is that a word for it? Of that that place, Hong Kong, you know, Japan. I think it's absolutely. I actually think that the Japanese people, they're such a lovely race, if that makes a lot of sense. I just think I would love to go there on holiday. I'd love to go for longer than a couple of weeks, but I really want to make a point of going there. Now my daughter, she loves her manga, so she wants to go along. She when I told her, she like, I want to come with you, Dad. So I've said to her, maybe 2, 3, 4 years time we're going to go to Japan for a week, whatever, 2 weeks, something like that. So yep, that's where I want to go on holiday. So anyway, I've been prattling on long enough. The idea behind this thing is you have to tag 3 people. Now I don't know if any of you guys have been tagged, but the 3 people I'm going to tag for a video response for this is MonkeySpaz5000, Chris Ashankt and VectrexRoli. So yep, please make your VRs, guys, and share it, and I look forward to seeing your answers. And as usual, guys, thanks for watching.